Look, we are at levels where I think relative strength it usually starts weakening, as you can see here. So we are overextended, and like I said, pullback would be natural. And I will add an alert here. So this area around the 48,200 on the equal weighted, because I think this can be a key trigger point for a sell-off in the market. Now, we're probably going to be able to see that a little bit earlier anyway, but just good to get an alert in there just to see where the situation is. And like I said, we have this overextension. It looks to me that we should be coming back to 47,000 on the weighted again, and that dip would be normal. Okay, it would be a very, very normal dip, and it wouldn't be a surprise to me here. So we had this on the structure, this one here as well around May, June, and now either we're gonna consolidate or come back down and then kind of rebuild again. Okay, so we have to monitor the situation. Let's go into the Russell 2000 small caps. Selling off here, risk on assets, these ones, interest rates, if they're not being reduced, traders usually take that as a negative sign for small caps. And again, as you guys know, as I mentioned a bit earlier, overextension on the equal weighted Nasdaq, overextension on the S&P, and then we also have the lower high on the equal weighted S&P, showing that there's weakness in the smaller caps. And then we also have the double top here that we're developing. Okay, so that double top is a worry for the market. There you go. And we're breaching this midpoint. Could come back down here before we build up again, or we resist, come back down again. This would be kind of like the key pivot point, whether we move up higher or come back down. My opinion. Seems like this area on the RSI is now on the verge of being retested again. And again, that corresponds with a bounce or potential breach of that 43 level on the RSI. Okay, the VIX, we saw the VIX do exactly as I expected. We had that bounce after the drop, moved up higher, resisted. We're now seeing it consolidate here up and down for a few days, which is creating the sell-off, I think. So the VIX is kind of consolidating here before we potentially go up higher or move down lower. But for me, I don't see that move lower on the VIX. It would be be something that would add a lot of certainty to the market. And at the moment, there's a lot of uncertainty after what Jerome Powell said in the press conference, and with tariffs and other geopolitical factors, potentially another sell-off. Okay, we have to monitor. It looks like a high probability play, especially on the equal weighted Nasdaq, and that's something that I might even trade myself. All right, that's it with stocks. I want to cover some of my portfolio. CRNT has moved really well for me yesterday, even though we had a bit of a sell-off. This is the second trade after this low here. I really like the low, as you guys can see here. Broke up. We end up trading it. Then I end up trading once here, sold off, traded again around this zone, and then we're now seeing potential for an upside. It's around $3, hopefully. And if we can get this moving, maybe even as high as $3.5, and that would give me a nice 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk-reward ratio. We had a bit of a sell-off on Palantir and NVIDIA. Again, guys, these are trades that I've shared in my Discord group, both as a watch list on the novice to hunters, but also as an actual trade. And with complete transparency, telling you guys when I've entered and what stop losses, etc. I'm using. And that's on the apprentice trader group, which requires a bit of training so you understand the strategy and a higher fee to pay. But a novice trader or the novice hunter group, the link is below in the bio. You can join that first, give it a try. And then if you enjoy what I have to offer and my insights and you want more, you can join the other groups.